PR Connections Radio presents.
Hello, happy people. Welcome to the Sunday morning chat series with Jesse Oakley III. And my name is Jesse Oakley III. And the purpose of the Sunday morning chat series is where I get to interview a plethora of positive people that are making big differences in their communities. Whether they're speakers, writers, entertainers, athletes, you name it, you'll hear from them first right here on the Sunday morning chat series. And to today's episode, you are in for a real treat. Now, many other happy people out there know that I belong to an organization called Toastmasters. I've been a part of this organization for the past 22 years, and I'm still going because of wonderful, amazing people. And one of the most amazing people I will definitely interview is right here, right now. We have with us a fellow Toastmaster who had served as an immediate past district director and who's also a distinguished Toastmaster. So without any further delay, please help me welcome none other than Mr. Ken Richardson. Hey, Ken, how's it going?
Hey, Jesse, it's going great. And thank you so much for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. And this is very special to help get the word out about Toastmasters, something that I'm always anxious to do.
All right. And without any further delay, let's chat.
All right.
All right. Now, first and foremost, for all the happy people out there that don't know what Toastmasters is, could you describe a definition of what is Toastmasters?
Yes, Toastmasters is a nonprofit educational organization that focuses on developing your public speaking skills and your leadership skills. I think of it as sort of a continuing education or a continuing self-development program that helps me to become a better speaker, a better leader, and in general, a better person.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And now, I've been a part, as I mentioned earlier in this episode, I've been a member of Toastmasters for 22 years, back in 2002. Each person has their own story on how they started off in Toastmasters. Could you tell the happy people out there how you got your start within Toastmasters?
Yes, it's, I think, sort of a common story in a way. I joined Toastmasters in 2007, not as long as you, but pretty close. I'm getting up there. And my primary purpose was to learn how to be a better public speaker. I used to give presentations from time to time, teach a little bit here and there, and I wanted to get better at what I was doing. And interestingly, I had attended a Toastmasters contest. It was an area level contest, and a mutual friend of ours, Brian Ferguson, was presenting at that contest. And I thought, I should quit thinking about it and do something. So I found a club, and in August of 2007, I officially joined.
All right. And I tell you what, once you join Toastmasters, you get some amazing experiences. And this is just truly a fantastic organization. Now, another question I have for you is, we all have our best moments within Toastmasters, whether it be accomplishing an educational, or whether it be competing in a contest, or whether it's serving in a different role within Toastmasters. What are some of your best accomplishments and best moments within this organization?
Oh, there have been so many, but what immediately comes to mind are a couple that you actually mentioned there. I never imagined, Jesse, that I would be interested in speech contests.
Ooh.
That was something that came as a surprise to me. I thought, well, I'll just join Toastmasters. I'll be involved for maybe a year or two. I will acquire the skills that I need, and then I'm done. But Toastmasters has a whole new world of opportunities. And one of them is, for me to start with, was speech contests. In 2010, I'm sure you remember, we were in Ventura, California. Remember that?
Yep.
And the contest, this was a district level contest, humorous contest, and I came in third. That was very exciting, but it only encouraged me to come back for more. So in 2016, we were in Fresno, and I won the District 33 Humorous Contest.
Ah.
That was one of those red letter moments that will forever be stuck in my mind because it was so amazing. The competition was very, very tough, but I made it, and I was just really thrilled. And then, of course, you mentioned becoming a Toastmaster. I became a DTM, as you did, under the legacy program, where we used to have the books, and we would take the book with us pretty much everywhere we went, to every meeting. Every time we filled out a role or completed a project. So in 2014, I received my Distinguished Toastmaster. And then probably the crowning achievement was having the opportunity to lead the district as the district director in the 2023-2024 Toastmasters year. I could go on, but those are the things that stick out right away.
All right, all right. And we really appreciate the accomplishments. And this is truly fantastic and truly amazing to get this taken care of because you competed. You got to third place in Ventura. You got to first place over in Fresno. You were also a distinguished Toastmaster. And you also got to become a district director. And I tell you what, being a district director is not a strawberry eating contest. I could tell you that right now. And I've been a district director from 2012 and 2013, and you just became a district director from I can't believe it, 2023 to 2024. And I tell you what, the time may change, but the responsibility hasn't changed one bit. Wouldn't you agree, Ken?
I would agree. I think that you're always the responsibility to the district and to our members is a constant in Toastmasters. Our goal is to make sure that our members achieve their educational goals and their goals in Toastmasters and to grow the organization. You know, Toastmasters is one of the best kept secrets in the city of Las Vegas and beyond. And that's the thing that we need to do more of is things like what you're doing with this show, promoting and explaining what Toastmasters is all about.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now we talked about the best moments, but with the best moments, there comes the challenges that happen within the Toastmasters journey. Being going from speechcraft all the way up to the board, I've had a plethora of challenges that have gone through my journey. What were some of the challenges that you had within Toastmasters?
Oh my goodness! Of course, the biggest thing that comes to mind is the COVID, the pandemic.
Yes.
That was such a challenge. My club, I'm very proud of, Early Risers Toastmasters, had long been a very successful club with a strong membership. We were President's Distinguished, and Select Distinguished for many, many years. And we typically had 15 to 25 members until COVID hit. And that really dealt a blow. Many of our members, I learned, were not technologically savvy. And some didn't want to learn. They were like, "Oh no, I'm fine. Just call me when we start meeting in person again." Because we jumped when COVID hit, like pretty much all clubs. We went to an online format, but not everybody came with us, and not everybody stayed with us. We lost about I want to say 3 or 4 long-term members who just felt that it wasn't quite the same meeting online. And I understand that. I get that. There certainly was a period of adaptation for all of us, learning how to use this new tool. And I think it's a marvelous tool. Now, don't get me wrong. I love meeting in person. That to me is still the best format because you can really connect better, I think. I think it's sometimes hard to connect, not impossible, but hard to connect when you're in a little square box as we are now.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I'm grateful for that learning curve and the technology that it brought with us because it expanded our world so much. My club now is a hybrid club. And we transitioned from online only to hybrid and stayed hybrid because we have members outside of our metropolitan area in other states who would never be able to come if we went strictly in person. So COVID was a big, big challenge. And like every challenge of that nature, it had terrific downsides, but it also brought with it a new level, a different level of learning.
I tell you, you hit the nail right there on the head. And for all the happy people out there, it goes to show you that through every challenge that you face, there are opportunities that are out there. And Ken just discussed what happened with COVID. And for myself, I do have an experience that's similar because I not only do I belong to clubs here in the Las Vegas Valley, but thanks to this opportunity, I'm able to join clubs that are based in California as well as Colorado. So it gives me a chance to actually reach out to more people within Toastmasters. So if you ever face any type of challenges, whether it is here in the valley or outside the world, remember what Ken and I have just discussed. There's for each challenge, there are opportunities. And if you're able to find opportunities, then you'll be able to grow through the process and you'll be able to win. That's truly fantastic. And thanks for sharing that story, Ken. Really appreciate that big time.
Oh, my pleasure. And you just made me think about what a wonderful opportunity it is, not just in other states, but in other countries. I've attended meetings in Ireland.
Ah.
And this is so cool to be able to meet with our fellow Toastmasters around the world and learn how they do things. And there's commonality, but then there's individual variances that are interesting to learn about. So I think you've that was really the challenge was COVID, but coming out of it was learning new communication methods, new technology.
No doubt, no doubt, 100%. Now, the next question I have for you, let's say that you are actually at any place within Toastmasters, whether it be or outside of Toastmasters. Let's say you're at a shopping, let's say at a supermarket, or you happen to be at a neighborhood area, or you happen to be one place or another. And there's someone out there that has seen you before, and they know that you are a distinguished Toastmaster and you are an immediate past district director. And they are amazed with the journey that you've taken within this organization. If you had a chance to talk to this person, and this person is saying, I want to be in your shoes. I want to take the path that you're taking because you're inspiring me big time. What advice would you give that person who would like to be in your shoes?
Well, of course, they've got to join Toastmasters. That's number one. But before they do that, I would encourage them to visit a few clubs and find one that best meets their needs. I think that's very, very important because we all, we have things like location, what part of the city are they meeting in? Are they online? Are they hybrid? What time of day? Those kinds of things. My club meets at 7 a.m. That's a little early for some folks, but we like it because, we spend our hour and then you can go on and have the rest of your day. So I would advise them definitely join Toastmasters, but also take time to really think about and visit a few clubs and identify that club which is the best fit for you. Because what works for me, a hybrid setting, may not work for everyone. So you have to take the time. The other thing I would say to them is don't be intimidated by the technology. The other issue that we had in my club, maybe you experienced this as well, is when we switched from the legacy program, which was largely based on paper,
right,
to Pathways, which is based exclusively on computer. Some of my colleagues and former colleagues found that quite challenging. So I would say to them, don't let the technology limit what you can do. The biggest thing I found with folks, particularly of my generation, is they're afraid to, I'm going to break that. And I tell them, no, you're not going to break it. You need to play with the technology. And the Pathways program, especially the latest version of it, is extremely robust. There's so much that you can learn from it. But it does require maybe changing your thinking on how education is delivered. It's delivered in this format, online, and then reinforced through projects back at the club. So it creates an expanded version of the traditional learning model. And it creates many, many more opportunities. And in this day and age, you have to be able to accept the challenge of learning something new almost every day, particularly in the realm of technology. So I would tell them all of these things. And then the last thing I would say is make sure you have my cell phone and you have my email, because if you have questions, I'm here for you. I will answer those questions. I will help guide you through your journey as you get started in Toastmasters. And I think that's another benefit of Toastmasters. We don't just drop you in the deep end of the swimming pool and say, go for it. We're going to mentor you. We're going to help you. We want every new member and every existing member to succeed. And the nice thing about Toastmasters is I'm not the one who defines success. You are. The member defines what success is, and because it's self-paced, what it takes to get them there.
Woo! You said a whole lot right there, Ken. And I'm sure that the person that asked you that question will be more than determined to actually join Toastmasters. And speaking of Toastmasters, how can more people know about this wonderful organization? Where could it possibly go?
Well, I think we have to be, and I'm thinking about our districts now. We have a lot of outreach, but I don't think we're always as consistent as we should be. And I don't think we all maximize social media. True. Social media is the tool for, TikTok and LinkedIn and Meetup and Facebook, whatever, Instagram, you name it. And I'm as guilty. I'm not proficient in all of those platforms, but I think one of the things we need to do to grow as a district is to become proficient and consistent in getting our message out on all of those platforms all of the time. At the club level, even, we have a Facebook page, and I help keep that up to date. We have a website for our club. Got to keep that up to date, keep it fresh, make sure that, visitors, whether they're looking at our club website or whether they're looking at a Facebook post, that what they see is what we are, a vibrant organization preparing for the future through technology, through networking, through personal development and leadership skills and public speaking skills, enough so that they will be interested in finding out more. And hopefully that will lead them to join this great organization.
And you mentioned about the social media page and websites, and what social media page could they actually go to, or what website could they go to know more about Toastmasters?
Well, Toastmasters.org, and that's just how it sounds, all one word, Toastmasters.org. That's the TI website, and that is incredibly rich with information. And there's a lot of information there that you don't need to be a member to take advantage of. I would say go explore this website. Look at the magazine section. Go down these menus. Look at the education section. Take a look at everything that Toastmasters has to offer. And you can do that at your own pace. You don't need a password. And then if you have questions, you can call me again. And I'll help guide you through some of that. That website, and you and I, Jesse, over the years have seen it evolve into something that is truly phenomenal. Is it perfect? No, it has a few bugs here and there. And we'd all like to have an easier user interface. But the fact of the matter is, there are so many things you can go on there and do. You can look at reference material going back almost 100 years through the magazine archives. And you can learn how to use some artificial intelligence tools, Yodlee, which helps you to prepare speeches. It helps analyze your speeches. It's a really phenomenal tool. So that's probably the number one place. But again, don't be intimidated. Don't be afraid to explore. But play around on that website And I guarantee you will be anxious for more, and then we'll go from there.
And you heard it here, folks. Toastmasters.org. Check that website out, and you'll be amazed with the wonderful items that Ken just mentioned that are stored for you when you check out Toastmasters.org. Now, Ken, this part of the portion of our meeting is a shout-out portion of the meeting. And you have a chance to give thanks to all the people that make the journey possible. If you have a chance to thank the people for your Toastmaster journey, who would you like to thank?
Oh my goodness. Do we have a couple of hours? Or Well, I think first I have to thank our trio members, Nadia Gelks and Jennifer Smith, and now Larry, who's our new Club of Growth Director, Larry Johnson. What a wonderful group of people, and of course, Jennifer and Nadia were there for me when I was the director. Nadia was my program quality director, Jennifer, Club Growth Director. And I was so very fortunate to have them during my year. I just couldn't have asked for a better team. And then all of the support that came through from Jesse Oakley, who was at the time an international director. He was always there. And all of the folks who work behind the scenes in roles that people don't think about. All these committees that we have, like our operations committee, our parliamentarian, incentives, all of the things that they're little things that work behind the scenes. And I have people like Sherry Parker and Kay Collis and Phyllis Tribby, the folks that I've known for years and years and years, who just always say yes. When you ask them to step up to the plate, they are absolutely ready to help you out. So over the years, Jess, there have been so many people, but those are the ones who come immediately to mind who have really made my Toastmasters journey amazing.
Truly fantastic. Truly fantastic. Now, the next question I have for you will be addressed to my crew and my audience, which is known as the Happy People.
Oh.
They always love a good book-ending words of wisdom from my guests here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Now, if you have any wise words of wisdom for my crew, my people, the Happy People, what would it be?
Oh, that's pretty easy, actually, because one of my favorite humans, unfortunately deceased, is Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
And I'm always amazed at what this man lived through and what he came to symbolize. And he has a very brief quote that I just love. I think I can remember it all, but he says that the only thing that truly changes the world is education. And I think that speaks to what we're talking about, what Toastmasters is all about. It's an education platform. It's an educational organization, but it has the additional benefit of being a networking organization, making lifelong friends that you can count on when you need them. So Nelson Mandela is my choice for inspiration for happy people.
Oh my goodness, that is a perfect bookend to this wonderful interview regarding Toastmasters. And on behalf of all the happy people that are watching this, Ken, I thank you for your time and actually taking part of the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. Thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it. All the best to you and your team.
All right.
Have a great day.
And also, this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. For more of these episodes, you can go to prconnectionsradio.com, and you can also check out a new YouTube channel called Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III, where you get a chance to look at past interviews I've done for this wonderful show called the Sunday Morning Chat Series. On behalf of all the happy people that are there watching all over the world, I wish this concludes the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And this is your host, Jesse Oakley III, saying, take care of yourselves. And until next time, happy people, bye.
Bye, Jesse. Thank you.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.